Hello! You've caught me eating fresh fruit from the garden. So my name's Mo Pierce and here I am at La Perezosa. We're about to set off on a little walk around the surrounding landscape. And I don't know if you can see in the background, we've got the beautiful Perezosa National Park. So let's get going. Now these contraptions I actually love because you see them in quite a lot of villages, and they're actually, these big belts are actually used to hold the cows whilst they're being treated with medication or they're looking after their hooves or something like that. Very, very traditional. You don't often see this in England, but around here you see it everywhere. They're fantastic. Hi, so we've reached the starting point of our walk. I'm currently about 5 minutes from the house. I've passed through the village, past the fountain, and we're about to join the path which takes us into the first set of meadows. As you can see, we've got the national park behind us. You can actually see the Picos de Europa from here on a clear day. Today we've got a bit of cloud. So our walk today is a lovely circular walk. It takes about an hour and a half. It's going to take us meandering through some of the meadows around here, and then we shall enter the forest. We've got to do a little bit of a climb up, but it's not too much of a problem. It's accessible to everybody, so it should be a fantastic route. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so I had to stop here because I don't know if you can see behind me. What a beautiful cloud inversion. Now we're quite lucky at this altitude that we get to see these cloud inversions quite often. And what a sight, I love it. Right, so without further ado, let's head up to the col of Perezosa. So hi, we've reached the top of the Perezosa col, and as you can see around me we are surrounded by oak trees amongst other Mediterranean trees here. Now it's interesting that this ecosystem actually combines alpine and Mediterranean species. So as you can see I have two examples here. Tomillo, which smells lovely. Behind us, I don't know if you can see through the clouds. Today we've got quite a lot of clouds, so it's difficult to see. But we have what we call the Peña Sagra, which are the sacred mountains. Now they're called the sacred mountains because before, when this was a Celtic area, when the Romans invaded, the last Celts climbed up to an area of Peña Sagra called Branya de los Tejos in order to escape the Romans as they invaded. And the story is actually really quite interesting because to avoid being raped and pillaged by these Romans, this last surviving population of Celts actually committed suicide eating the berries from the trees, which are venomous up there in the Branya de los Tejos. So this is why this whole area is actually considered sacred within the Celtic history of this land. Yeah. So really interesting stuff.
Okay.
I couldn't avoid it. I'm a raging tree hugger these days. Okay, so here we've actually gone halfway around our route, and behind me you can see the village of Torrices where the Perezosa is. It's very much like the Hamlet of Asterix, if you remember those cartoons from millions of years ago. Today we haven't found any bears, which is a shame, but We quite often will come across, for example, wild boar. You see them everywhere here. Deer, quite often I get startled by deer as they jump out of the forest. And occasional weasel. Well, there's so much biodiversity here in comparison with England. And of course the red squirrels, which we see very rarely in England. Here they are everywhere, so it's a really nice sight to come across those little cretins. But no, they're lovely, they're lovely. So it's one of the sights you can look forward to if you come visit us, is the wildlife all over the place. It's fantastic. You seem to always catch me eating. Right now I'm trying some of the wild cherries off of this lovely great cherry tree in the meadow near Torrijos. Now this is one of many, many cherry trees that you can find here. In fact, during the months of May and June, you just eat cherries all the time. So here we are almost at the end of our route. As you can see, the lovely village of Torrijos is just a little bit closer. So we'll soon be arriving at the Perezosa, where we can look forward to a lovely dip in the pool, just to obviously relax our bodies after the walk. Our healthy lunch, which is obviously homemade and extremely healthy. And just generally enjoying the afternoon, maybe taking advantage of the Spanish tradition and having a little snooze, a little siesta. Whatever floats your boat. So if you take a look down here, we actually have a beautiful example of a bit of wild basil, I think it is. In Spanish, this is actually called English basil, tomillo inglés, or británico, no, so British basil. So yep, you can see this quite a lot around here, lots of lovely wild plants and herbs. So we're going to take advantage of this moment to have a little listen to the birds, because they're just singing wonderfully around here. Well, this really is a tree I've got to hug. Look at it! Look at it! Whoa! Come here! Definitely worth it. Okay, so we've just got back to the Perezosa. We're relaxing under the shade of this tree at the moment. It's been a lovely route. We've done about an hour of walking, or an hour and a half, depending on how many times you end up stopping along the way. And this is where we bid farewell. So thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you soon.